Right now on News 3 this morning, Saturday, a firefighter, father, and hero will be laid to rest in Sun Prairie this morning. How the entire state is honoring Corey Barr. And from steamy to stormy overnight, strong thunderstorms with high winds and pounding rain slam much of our viewing area. We're tracking what's next for your weekend. Plus, a popular festival returns to Willie Street. The road closures by the Fête des Marquettes. Your news starts right now.
This is News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
Good morning and welcome to News 3 This Morning, Saturday. It is July 14th. I'm Josh Breiter with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti in for Chris this morning. And we're going to begin with those morning line of strong storms that moved through south central Wisconsin overnight. Heavy rain and strong winds packed a punch, prompting several warnings and watches. This is the time lapse of the storm from our WISC Skycam as the storm moved in. Alliant Energy says about 1,000 customers lost power overnight, but as of this morning, most have gotten it restored. It was certainly a scary situation overnight for campers in Lafayette County, just southeast of Darlington. Around 10 o'clock, campers were flipped over at a campground there. According to the campground's owner, only one camper had people in it. One person had a broken arm and was taken to the hospital. And Gary, you guys were tracking it all night. Certainly an active scene we haven't seen for quite some time. Yeah,
you know, those storms just kind of blew up in Iowa and just swept across southern Wisconsin. It was mainly areas down like toward Lafayette County and Rock County south of Madison. You can see on the local storm reports the wind damage reports that were basically compiled from around Grant County through Lafayette, Greene County to Rock County. A few in the Madison area, but mostly just a few broken tree branches. And then the rain. Welcome rain in some areas, other places just a little bit too much. The 24-hour precipitation estimate, we're waiting for that to update there, but generally about a half-inch of rain through much of southern Wisconsin. There were areas that picked up somewhere in the neighborhood of about 1 to 2 inches, mainly through the northern portion of Columbia County into northern Dodge County. You can see on Doppler track this morning some showers, maybe a couple of isolated thunderstorms down toward the Illinois state line, but we'll see them off and on today. Low temperatures this morning so far, lower 70s to upper 60s, and that's about where our current temperatures are right now. And as we check out the dew points, are still very high, so expect more showers and thunderstorms during the day today. Dew points near 70 degrees. So by later this morning, look for temperatures to climb to around 76 by lunchtime. Today's actual high temperature should be around 82 degrees, but we'll see some shower and thunderstorm chances. As we take a look at first alert traffic, you can see the Beltline wet, some light rain still occurring in the Madison area. That's slowing traffic down on Highway 12 heading out of Middleton in the north and southbound direction. Also some delays on US 151 East Washington Avenue near Easttown Shopping Mall. Interstates right now in pretty good shape south and east of Madison. Traffic running about the posted speed limit or a little bit below thanks to the wet roads, as are areas north of Madison where the rain is pretty well stopped. Traffic a little bit closer to the posted speed limits. That's your first alert traffic.
It had been quite some time since we had seen some rain, so.
Yeah, I think the grass is going to green up very quickly today.
All right, Gary, thanks so much.
Sure.
And this reminder, the easiest way to stay up to date with the latest weather information all weekend long is with our Channel 3000 weather app. It includes our accurate 12-hour and 10-day forecast. It's available for free right now in the App Store. New this morning, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help in finding this woman. She's been declared AWOL from the Dane County Jail. Her name is Katie Perkins of Madison. She is 5'7", weighs 140 pounds, and is 30 years old. She was in jail serving a sentence for 2 counts of misdemeanor bail jumping. Right now, she's on the jail diversion program there. Deputies ask anyone with information on Perkins' whereabouts to call 911. Breaking overnight in Marinette County, the Sheriff's Department says a missing 16-year-old girl has been found safe. This after being reported missing and endangered 2 days ago. Deputies say Anna Elizabeth Arts was last seen 1 week ago at 10 o'clock on Saturday. She was noticed to be missing last Sunday and was reported missing on Wednesday. Overnight, the Marinette County Sheriff's Office canceled the endangered missing persons alert and says Arts is now safe. 5:04 right now. Flags across the state are flying at half staff this morning as we continue our coverage from Sun Prairie. Those flags honoring fallen Sun Prairie firefighter Captain Corey Barr's memory. Governor Walker made the order saying Barr's memory and legacy of selflessness and service will live on through his family and his crew. Flags will stay lowered through this evening. Happening today, there's an opportunity to show your support for Captain Barr and firefighters across Wisconsin. A public memorial in his memory will be held from 8 until 10 this morning at the Sun Prairie High School's main entrance. A service for family, friends, and all of the other first responders is scheduled for 11. We're told the Honor Guard will be at that service to help the public find seating. Ahead of this morning's memorial, we are learning even more about the amazing things Corey Barr accomplished in his 34 years. The fallen firefighter was selected as Firefighter of the Year by the American Legion in 2016. The Sun Prairie Post tells News 3 Corey was selected because of his dedication to the community, both as a firefighter and a businessman. A special U.S. honor flag is in Wisconsin to honor Captain Barr. It is brought to funerals across the country to pay tribute to those who have lost their lives in the line of duty protecting others. An Army veteran took the flag to Ground Zero after the September 11th attacks and has used the flag to honor heroes ever since. The flag was flown in from South Florida.
The flag represents the sacrifice that these heroes make every single day when they leave their homes without hesitation to protect others and to save others' lives. And they put their lives on the line every single day. And so that flag represents that sacrifice and to make sure that these heroes are never forgotten.
The flag has traveled more than 7 million miles, honoring thousands of heroes. Every time the flag is touched, a new pair of gloves are used. When the flag leaves, this pair will be gifted to Corey Barr's family. If you're driving along Highway 51 heading into Madison, you'll notice a new billboard honoring Captain Barr. Take a look at your screen there. It says, "Fallen, Never Forgotten, Captain Corey Barr." And this coming Tuesday, July 17th, News 3 will be partnering with the Bank of Sun Prairie for an all-day telethon to raise money for the Disaster Relief Fund. Our phone lines will be open starting from 4:30 in the morning until 10:30 that night to help keep Sun Prairie strong. An update to breaking news from Friday morning. In response to a rise in shots fired incidents, the Fitchburg Police Department is looking to hear from the community. Fitchburg Police Chief Chad Brecklin will lead a community meeting next Tuesday and Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. The first at the Fairways Apartments office on Traceway Drive and the second at the Head Start Center on Red Arrow Trail. This new information comes as an investigation is still underway in Fitchburg after a man was shot multiple times Thursday night. Police say it happened just before 10 near Leopold Elementary School and the Springs Park in the 2500 block of Post Road. When officers arrived at the scene, they found a 29-year-old man with multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital with injuries that are not believed to be life-threatening. A white SUV was seen leaving that area. We're still waiting to learn more information about that suspect. 10 minutes after that shooting, Fitchburg police responded to the 3300 block of Leopold Way for reports of shots being fired. Police said an apartment building there had been shot at multiple times. No one was injured there. Police do not know if the two incidents are related yet, but they said they do not believe the acts were random. If you're driving on Madison's east side this morning, we have a first alert traffic note for you. South Bruley Street is closed between East Main and East Wilson Streets for the Fête des Marquettes Festival. South Ingersoll Street has been closed in that area since Wednesday as the Wilmar Neighborhood Center set things up. Those streets are set to reopen early Monday morning. The annual French-themed festival is put on by the Neighborhood Center and the Willie Street Co-op. There's a ton of live music and food options. It's free to hear the bands, but money from the food sales helps provide free community meals in the future for the Neighborhood Center. Fête des Marquettes opens for the day at 11 this morning. Art Fair on the Square is celebrating 60 years in Madison this weekend. The festival features everything from paintings to photographs to handmade clothing and jewelry from more than 500 artists. It runs today from 9 to 6 and tomorrow from 10 to 5. The fair draws nearly 200,000 visitors to the Capitol Square every year. Officials encourage you to plan some extra time and finding some parking there. And since the Art Fair is taking over Capitol Square, the Dane County Farmers Market has a different location and hours today. You can stop by Breeze Stevens Field on East Washington Avenue and Mifflin Street from 7 until 1. We're told the Breeze Stevens concession stand will also be open, so you can grab a beer or maybe just a coffee while you shop there. The market will be back on Capitol Square at its normal time next Saturday. Just about 10 minutes past the hour right now. If you're headed to the square this morning, dress for some more steamy weather. Gary's in for Chris this morning, tracking the possibility of more summer storms. This is a live look over the Capitol this still steamy Saturday morning. Your full forecast is just ahead. And it may be summer, but Dracula and friends are back in town for a vacation-themed new film. A preview of the newest movies to hit theaters for kids and adults. Thanks for watching News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
Well, some light rain is falling in the News 3 backyard right now, but things a lot calmer than they were yesterday evening when a line of severe thunderstorms rolled through southern Wisconsin. Let's start out by taking a look, first of all, at the high-resolution Doppler. You can see some stronger thunderstorms to the south and northern Illinois, but just mainly some light rain and perhaps an isolated thunderstorm into southern Wisconsin. If there are any storms, they'll be near the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. But as we put the radar into motion, you can see just a couple of flashes of lightning along just south of the Wisconsin-Illinois state line, south of Darlington. And then north of Madison, the rain has pretty well quit, although probably still is a little bit of drizzle there. Not much upstream, but we'll see some more showers and thunderstorms develop, so expect the possibility for some off and on rain today. There is a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms into far southern Wisconsin and much of northern Illinois. Kind of the same setup as yesterday, but with our temperatures being a little cooler, the severe weather threat probably a little bit less. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison. Pretty gloomy out there, some light rain falling, the streets are wet. As we look at the almanac, our forecast high is 82 and our forecast low is 68. That'd be very close to the normal high of 82, but the low temperature of 68 above normal thanks to the humidity. Today, in this date back in 1934, Madison had its warmest day ever at 107 degrees. And right now we're sitting at 71 degrees with cloudy skies. The airport not reporting any rain, but it is raining here on the southwest side of the city. The air is calm, the humidity at 93%. And there probably is a little bit of fog out there. As we take a look at weather track of the jet stream, the upper level winds have become a little more northwesterly. That's starting to push in at least a little bit of cooler air to our north and west. But the front that triggered the thunderstorms last night has become stationary across southern Wisconsin And as low pressure starts to head northeastward, it'll start to tap into warm and more humid air down to the south. Notice the temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Dew point temperatures are in the 60s to 70s. So look for temperatures to climb into the upper 70s by late morning. We'll see some areas of fog, perhaps some showers and thunderstorms this morning. For this afternoon, look for a high of 82. Again, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. On future track, expect some off and on shower and thunderstorm chances, not a continuous rain for much of the day. Then tonight, low temperatures will drop into the upper 60s with some areas of fog. Tomorrow, a chance of a shower or thunderstorm, but high temperatures will be in the upper 80s. And rainfall amounts through Monday morning generally will be about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch, but there'll be some heavier amounts and a heavier shower or thunderstorm in some spots. Otherwise, as we take a look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, there's a break in the heat and humidity from Monday through Thursday of next week. And then as we head toward next weekend, temperatures get back into the 80s with a little more humidity as we head for Saturday and Sunday with some shower and thunderstorm chances. Josh?
It'll be nice to feel a little relief in that forecast.
It will. Every little bit helps.
All right, Gary, thanks so much.
Sure.
You're stressed out from working too hard. You need a vacation from running everyone else's vacation. And I know just how to fix it.
It is summer and everyone could use some time off, even Dracula in the gang. Adam Sandler and Selena Gomez returned to voice Dracula and his daughter Mavis in Hotel Transylvania 3. Summer vacation as Drac and the gang check out of the hotel and into a cruise ship. This latest film takes place a few months after the events of the previous film and centers around Dracula and his latest love interest, the ship's mysterious captain. Listen for more familiar voices in the new film. Kathryn Hahn and Jim Gaffigan join the movie's cast. And for the adults, a new action film starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is now showing. The story follows a former FBI agent who must rescue his family from a newly built skyscraper, the tallest in the world, after it was taken over by terrorists and set on fire. Rick Damigella has that preview.
Dwayne Johnson fights to save his family from a building under siege in Skyscraper.
Well, the inspiration for the film was, of course, this man's inspiration as the writer and director.
Nice.
He wanted to make a movie that paid homage to these movies that inspired us, as well as generations. Die Hard, Towering Inferno, The Fugitive, Cliffhanger.
What do you think of the building?
The Pearl is the most advanced, super tall structure in the world.
Writer-director Rawson Thurber wrote the movie with Johnson in mind.
We also wanted to create a character that also was something that I had never played before in the past, and that challenge for me was very appealing. And, you know, two big things. The A side is being a family man and this idea that my family's trapped in a burning building above the fire line. I can't go up through the building, so I have to use my ingenuity a little bit.
How did you get in the building?
Jumped off a super crane.
What?
The B side to this character that he wrote that really moved me was the fact that I was an amputee and I had one leg. And I had to do all of this with one leg, which meant I was barely surviving the entire movie.
Sarah, listen to me. The fire is not going to stop. Keep going up. Don't stop. Don't look back.
Neve Campbell didn't shy away from doing some of her own stunts.
I did most of my stunts. I did have a wonderful stunt woman, but I did the majority of it and certainly did all my fight sequences. Run! What I loved about the script is, although it's a really wonderful action movie, you get all the things that you want from an action movie, I love the female character. I love the fact that she's not your typical damsel in distress in an action film. She's not the woman waiting to be saved. She's strong, she's courageous, she's intelligent, she's, you know, powerful in her own right and an equal counterpart to the male lead.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Skyscraper is projected to gross between $32 and $40 million this weekend. 5:19 is your time this morning, punching, kicking, and learning real-life lessons. Just ahead, our Charlotte DeLeste introduces us to this month's top-notch teacher, how she's teaching her students to use their physical strength to gain inner confidence. This is News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
Well, the time's 5:22. We've had showers and thunderstorms overnight. Some of those rainfall amounts have been pretty healthy, especially up in northern portions of Columbia and Dodge counties, about 1 to 2 inches of rain there. Elsewhere, generally about a ½ inch to an inch of rain, less than a ½ inch of rain farther to the northwest out toward Richland Center and south and east of Madison. But you can see on Doppler track most of the shower and thunderstorm activity staying to our south. Current temperatures are right around 70, give or take a degree or two, but dew point temperatures are still very high in the upper 60s to around 70, so it's very muggy. Temperatures will slowly climb into the lower 80s by later on this afternoon, and then look for shower and thunderstorm chances off and on, but not a continuous rain. That is a look at your forecast first.
All right, Gary, thank you. 5:23 right now. Punching, kicking, throwing, they're moves you'll learn in martial arts, but those are secondary to the real life lessons in this story. Charlotte DeLesse introduces us to this month's top-notch teacher.
On a front stance, your front knee is bent, ma'am. Your back
It's
leg
easy to see that on the outside, Sasha Viviano is tough.
We have to control where our toes point.
She's been practicing martial arts since she was 6.
I definitely grew up in it, and it's something I've always enjoyed.
That hard work and time has paid off. She's now a 5th-degree black belt.
The normal response is, oh, she could probably kick my butt, which probably, but that's not what martial arts is for.
The lessons she's taken away from this go far beyond physical toughness.
You believe in yourself. Excellent. It teaches them discipline and respect and control.
She wants other people to learn what karate can do for their inner strength.
I learned so much as a young person in martial arts. Now it's my turn to share with everybody else my passion for this sport.
As an instructor at Infinity Martial Arts in Middleton, she instills that in her students every day.
We say respect starts here, goes there, comes back double.
Of course, she places a lot of physical demands on her students. But in this dojo, the biggest challenge is maintaining mental toughness.
Being able to adapt and to change with those challenges and to keep growing in life as you're going is really important.
And if you're able to do that, then chances are you'll earn a black belt in life.
Oh, wonderful story there. 5:25 right now. There's much more ahead here on News 3 this morning, Saturday. Today's top stories are next. Plus, are you in the market for a new car? Electric vehicles are getting easier to own and use on a daily basis. We'll find out if an electric vehicle is right for you when News 3 this morning, Saturday, returns. It's electric. A look at the new innovations in the auto industry and how to know if buying an electric car is the right move for you.
This is News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
Good morning and welcome back to News 3 This Morning. Saturday is just before 5:30 now on this July 14th. I'm Josh Breiter. We'll get a check on your weekend forecast with Gary in just a moment, but first let's get right to today's headlines. Right now, flags continue to fly at half staff this morning across the state, honoring fallen Sun Prairie firefighter Captain Corey Barr's memory. Governor Walker made the order saying Barr's memory and legacy of selflessness and service will live on through his family and crew. Flags will stay lowered through this evening. And there's an opportunity to show your support for Captain Barr and firefighters across Wisconsin today. A public memorial in his memory will be held from 8 until 10 this morning at the Sun Prairie High School's main entrance. A service for family, friends, and all first responders is then scheduled for 11. We're told the Honor Guard will be at that service to help the public find seating. This morning, there are some road closures to know about if you're driving on Madison's east side. South Brearley Street is closed between East Main and East Wilson Streets for the Fête des Marquettes Festival. South Ingersoll Street has been closed in that area since Wednesday as the Wilmar Neighborhood Center set things up. Those streets are set to reopen early Monday morning. Art Fair on the Square is celebrating 60 years in Madison this weekend. The festival features everything from paintings to photographs to handmade clothing and jewelry from more than 500 artists. It runs today from 9 to 6 and tomorrow from 10 to 5. That fair draws nearly 200,000 visitors to the Capitol Square each year, so officials encourage you to pack your patience if you're heading downtown. Fairgoers can expect some more hot weather later today. Still humid out there, Gary.
It is. Temperatures are already around 70 degrees. If you factor in the humidity, and it feels more like about 75. On Doppler track, most of the showers are to the south of Madison. Every once in a while, you'll see a flash of lightning down toward the Illinois state line. North of Madison, just some drizzle and fog being reported. In fact, if we take a look at visibilities right now, 5-mile visibility in Madison, but down to 3/4 of a mile in Camp Douglas and 0 visibility being reported in Black River Falls. So if you are traveling, especially to the north and west, you might be running into some thicker fog, at least in spots this morning. Temperatures are right around 70 here in Madison, exactly at 70 degrees. A few upper 60s, a few places in the lower 70s, but the dew point temperatures are almost the same as the actual temperature. That's why we're seeing those areas of fog. And look for those temperatures to climb into the lower 80s by later on this afternoon. There'll be some chances for showers and thunderstorms, not a continuous rain, but plenty of clouds, and that will keep temperatures down a bit compared to yesterday. As we take a look at the DOT traffic camera on the Beltline in Fish Hatchery Road, traffic, of course, very light, but the roads are wet, and that is slowing traffic down in a couple of spots. Seeing some slowdowns, at least on the westbound side of the Beltline between about Whitney Way and Gammon Road. Also, a couple slowdowns on Highway 51 southbound, south of the Beltline. As far as travel times are concerned, about a 16-minute trip in either direction between University Avenue and the interstate on the Beltline, and heading out of Madison, about 28 minutes down to Janesville on I-3990, 16 minutes to Middleton, or into Middleton from Sauk City on Highway 12, and 13 minutes into downtown from Sun Prairie on 151. That is your first alert traffic.
Thanks, Gary. 5:32 right now. As technology improves and gas prices continue to inch upwards, some people are considering buying an electric vehicle, but there are a lot of confusing terms about charging your car. It all adds up to the question, is an electric car right for you? Our Mark Kane investigates.
The first thing that strikes you when you drive an electric car is how quiet they are. And fast. There are now 40 vehicles on the market with various degrees of all-electric driving. PHEVs can run on all-electric power for a certain number of miles, usually under 75, before a gasoline engine takes over. So in theory, they have an unlimited range, as long as you keep filling up the gas tank.
So all you do is just...
Then there are EVs. They are totally electric. Battery power only. When the juice runs out, you stop moving forward. 5 manufacturers sell new EVs in Wisconsin, from Tesla to Jaguar to BMW, plus the more affordable Chevy Bolt and the redesigned Nissan Leaf. The Leaf can go 151 miles on a charge. you need to plan ahead.
3 key issues with electric cars right now. It's range, how far can you go on a charge? It's charge time, how long it takes you to recharge that battery. And the final one is cost, because batteries are still very expensive.
This top-of-the-line 2018 Leaf is $38,500. It starts around $30,000, not including tax breaks and rebates, which can run into the thousands of dollars. But the cost doesn't matter much if the car isn't practical. RidesAndDrives.com editor and News 3 auto expert Harvey Briggs says these cars are getting better at that.
You know, if I live inside the Beltline here in Madison and I drive it to work downtown and back, you're going to be able to drive this car 95% of the time. But if you have kids and you've got soccer tournaments out of town and you're doing weekend trips down to Chicago and all that other stuff, well, now you're going to want to have either a hybrid, range extended gas car, electric car, or, you know, a second car that's just a gas car.
Madison Gas and Electric has a new Chevy Bolt, the one with the use no gas license plate. It gets 238 miles on a charge.
Connect it.
The car beeps?
Card beeps.
And this lights up to show you you're charging. Couldn't be much easier, could it?
It's very easy.
Debbie Branson is the voice behind MG&E's EV Rider program. Her job is to take the mystery out of electric vehicles, including demonstration of the company's fast charging stations.
Does it intentionally look like a gas pump?
It does. Yeah. That makes people feel better.
There are 50 public charging stations in Madison right now. MG&E owns 29, but 80% of EV charging happens at home. You could just plug your car into a standard outlet.
If you've got like an all-electric, like this is a 60 kilowatt hour, so that could take you 50 hours on level 1.
So you'll need to install a level 2 charger in your garage. It's 240 volts, like your dryer. So you need to hire an electrician and buy a charger for about $500, or you can take advantage of MG&E's Charge at Home program.
We install it, we own it, and we maintain it. So for customers, if they're a little like, what do I need to do? How much does it cost? This is a way for us to kind of manage the whole process from start to finish. And then they pay about $20 a month. Then they have, plus they have to pay the cost of electricity.
Which off-peak is 10 cents an hour if you sign up for a special program. That's about $2 a charge, 50% cheaper than gas right now. That's appealing to a lot of people.
And we've moved from the early adopters who were buying it really because I think they liked the technology, they found it interesting, to mainstream drivers that just people like the look of a Tesla. They like that it's fast. If you're going to buy a new vehicle, it's another option to consider. You just need to think about how you're going to charge it instead of going to the gas station.
And how you're going to drive and where you have to drive.
Right.
It's just modifying one's behavior.
You just pull it in the garage, plug it in every night automatically.
You plug in your cell phone, plug in your car.
Exactly. It's no different than that type of behavior.
That type of thing. Again, if you're going to take weekend trips and...
More and more businesses are installing free chargers for their employees, and some area businesses also provide free hookups. Otherwise, MG&E charges $2 an hour at its charging stations. You can learn more about EVS and the location of charging stations in Dane County at energy2030together.com/EVRider. 5:36 right now. Getting hungry yet? I know I always am. It's been a busy week for food lovers in New York City at the Fancy Food Show. Straight ahead, we're taking a look at the latest trends and newest items in the culinary industry that will really get your taste buds going. That's when News 3 This Morning Saturday continues.
It is 5:40 in the morning. We're continuing to watch some rain, especially south of Madison. Every once in a while there'll be a flash or two of lightning down toward the Illinois state line, but we'll expect some scattered showers and thunderstorms during the day today. Visibility also becoming an issue in some fog. Visibility down to 1 mile in Mineral Point and 3/4 of a mile in Camp Douglas. And as we check out current temperatures, they're right around 70 degrees, so a mild start to the morning. But those dew point temperatures are almost the same as the actual air temperatures. So that's why we're seeing fog and the humidity levels are pretty high. Look for temperatures to climb very slowly into the lower 80s by later on this afternoon. Again, a chance for some showers and thunderstorms. That's your first alert forecast.
All right, Gary, thank you. Coming up on 541 right now, it's an annual show and tell for the food and beverage industry, featuring some familiar and new specialty foods coming to the market. Nikki Batiste visits the Fancy Food Show in New York City for a look at what you could soon see on your plate.
So tell me how that works with the cauliflower.
Move over, kale. Cauliflower is trending. Denise Purcell from the Specialty Food Association says the veggie's popularity is expanding way beyond what you may have seen in pizza crust or rice.
But what's interesting now is we're seeing a lot more packaged products.
They taste just like pretzels.
Yeah.
We tried award-winning cauliflower pretzels and crackers at the 64th Annual Summer Fancy Food Show.
Everything's plant-based, gluten-free, and non-GMO.
The number of plant-based offerings continues to grow.
I don't even know if we could call it a trend anymore. It's more like a lifestyle movement.
Purcell says it's all part of consumers embracing better-for-you products.
Health and wellness has definitely become an overarching trend in specialty foods.
And new types of drinks are pouring into the market.
We're seeing a lot of sparkling beverages and a lot of functional beverages.
This is the white grape. We sampled water from Israel, steeped in grape skins left over from the winemaking process, and beverages with added health benefits, like coffee with resveratrol, the healthy ingredient in red wine.
We have the Philippine lemon.
More flavors from the Philippines and North Africa are headed to store shelves, like spicy harissa.
Upcycled products are another big trend.
Upcycling uses leftovers from one product to create another. Rise is a company making the most out of brewery byproducts.
We collect the brewer's spent grain and convert it into high-protein, high-fiber, low-carbohydrate flour.
With more healthy and sustainable choices, consumers can find more on the menu that's good for them and the planet. Nikki Batiste, CBS News, New York.
Tomorrow here on News 3 This Morning Sunday, we'll have a local culinary expert in studio sharing some suggestions on new recipes you can whip up using the ingredients and spices you pick up at the weekend's farmers market. Coming up on 5:43, are you looking for something to do this weekend? Well, we have some ideas for you. From the art fair on the square to the farmers market, now off the square, we'll tell you what you need to know before heading out the door this morning. Your Weekend 608 is coming up next on News 3 This Morning Sunday. But first, let's take a look at who's turning 3 years old today. Happy birthday.
Well, other than the severe weather that we had last night, the rain was very welcome. We haven't had rain, or at least much of it, over the last week or so, but over the last day or so, we've picked up anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rain in a narrow band from northern Columbia County up around Cambria, Friesland, to just north of Beaver Dam in northern Dodge County. Elsewhere, generally about a ½ inch to an inch of rain in the bluer shaded areas, and then the green shaded areas generally less than a ½ inch of rain. But as we look at Doppler track, most of the showers this morning are to the south of Madison. The air is still very humid, and I can't rule out some drizzle occurring north of Madison right now, but most of the thunderstorm activities across northern Illinois. Later on today, there could be some more stronger thunderstorms, this time more likely farther south, although the marginal risk of severe thunderstorms extends into far southern Wisconsin for gusty winds and perhaps some heavy downpours in the stronger thunderstorm. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison. Pretty gloomy out there this morning and somewhat foggy in spots. Some light rain being reported at the airport. Temperatures at 70, winds out of the north-northeast at 3 miles per hour, but the humidity at 97% and the dew point temperature up around 69 degrees. In fact, fog is a possibility in many parts of the Midwest this morning just because of the high moisture content of the air. Quarter-mile visibility in Rhinelander and Eau Claire. We're also seeing some pockets of visibilities less than a mile, like around Mineral Point and also in Camp Douglas. Current temperature is a little cooler up in northern Wisconsin. The rain has cooled the air there into the upper 50s and middle 60s, but generally from here southward, temperatures are in the 70s and dew point temperatures very high, upper 60s to around 70 through southern Wisconsin. The air dries out a little bit to the north, but unfortunately, it'll be a while before that drying gets to us. On weather track, upper level winds right now west to northwest, and you can see the showers and thunderstorms kind of forming along the stationary front, and we'll see more showers and storms off and on through the day today and into at least this evening. This morning, temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 70s, some areas of fog and some few scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, some scattered showers and thunderstorms as well with a high temperature of 82. Temperatures held down because of the cloud cover. On future track, you can see just some off and on shower and thunderstorm chances during the day. Tonight, most of those would be during the evening with some fog overnight with low temperatures in the upper 60s. High temperatures tomorrow will be warmer, probably back into the upper 80s with some sunshine and also some chances for showers or thunderstorms. Rainfall amounts over the next day or two, probably a quarter to a ½ inch, but again, there'll be some heavier showers and thunderstorms that could bring over an inch of rain in some spots. 7 to 10 day forecast, well, you see those temperatures are right around 80 once we get past the weekend, and that also comes with less humidity, which will be very nice. Following that, temperatures warm up toward next weekend, probably back into the mid to upper 80s for Saturday and Sunday.
I will gladly take no humidity around 80 degrees. That's like perfect summer, right?
Makes up for those days that we've got the hot and humid weather.
Yes, I'm over it.
It all evens out in the end.
All right, Gary, thank you.
Sure.
What is the weekend in the 608? And here's a look at what's going on around the Madison area. It's a big weekend for a couple favorite Madison events. Vet Day Marquette, the festival benefiting the Wilmar Neighborhood Center, continues today and runs through Sunday in McPike Park. Some 30 musical acts, many playing French-influenced and funk music, are scheduled to play on 2 stages. World-renowned DJs will get people dancing there later at the High Noon Saloon. Plus, there's all the local food vendors, artists, and kids activities we've come to expect. It's Art Fair on the Square this weekend, too. In fact, it's the 60th year for that event. Presented by the Madison Museum of Contemporary Art, the Art Fair will include some 500 artists, attracting the usual 200,000 art lovers to the square. And don't forget the additional 100 Wisconsin artists who showcase their crafts at the Art Fair off the square between the Capitol and the Monona Terrace, with booths of ceramics, glass, jewelry, graphics, and photography, and much more, of course. That fair runs both today and tomorrow. There are some fun theater productions this weekend, perfect for families with older kids. The sci-fi horror comedy musical Little Shop of Horrors is being staged by the UW-Madison Department of Theater and Drama in the Mitchell Theater. This is the story of a down-and-out plant store employee who happens to come upon a unique plant that excites the public's imagination. The plant turns out to be an alien that eats people, hence the scary parts. But the show is hilarious and the songs are great, as anyone who saw the movie starring Rick Moranis and Steve Martin knows. Little Shop of Horrors is playing all weekend long and for the next 2 weekends. And when it comes to quirky, there's an opportunity for the public to take part in a choreographed flash mob this afternoon. How about that? Everyone's invited regardless of gender, age, or dancing ability, to don red dresses at James Madison Park at 2 p.m. to dance like Kate Bush in the video to her 1978 international hit song Wuthering Heights. The song, based on the Emily Bront novel by the same name, is central to the most Wuthering Heights Day ever, a worldwide dance event now in its 3rd year, believe it or not. If you're interested in participating, you can find the Kate Bush video and other one that breaks down her dance moves on our website. And as always, be sure to get this month's Madison magazine for all of the best in the Madison area. 5:51 is your time. Still to come on News 3 this morning, Saturday at 8 o'clock. We'll continue our live team coverage as fallen firefighter Corey Barr is honored at a special memorial. But first, when we come back, strangers to the rescue. How some lost little ducklings found their family again. There's more News 3 this morning, Saturday, right after this. And welcome back at 5:55. It's a story about do-gooders putting a loving family back together, but it's probably not what you'd think. Steve Large has more on the small army that helped save some long-lost little ducklings.
A mama duck quacks as her babies are cornered.
Pull it forward?
Yeah. Stuck in a storm drain on this West Sacramento street. Her ruffled feathers searching for a sense of relief as humans went to work, planning and plotting how to reach the darling ducklings.
Really, all we have to do is get a pry bar and bend this back.
A small army would quickly show up, law enforcement, animal control, and a group holding a meeting at a place called the Center for Spiritual Awareness, who felt a sudden spiritual connection to the ducklings' despair.
I just seen Mama out here running around, and I took a picture of her earlier with her babies. She's really cute, and she's got 5 of them.
A push and a pull from a 2x4 lifted the grate to this not-so-great predicament. A peek inside the watery darkness, producing no sign of the furballs in fear, just chirps and tweets, hoping someone will follow their cries and jump in. Someone did.
Oh my God.
The first swoop producing a net gain of 3 little ducklings, and then there were 2.
So there's 2 more in there? Yeah, there's 2 more. They're about 15 foot to the left.
After a few manic minutes, the rescue was complete. Oh, a footnote to this duck drama. The reason the group that led the charge was here in the first place.
Yes, sir. I just started my first day. We're attending anger management. So we're trying to, you know, do the right thing here.
Mission accomplished. If the opposite of anger is a gentle soul, this group already got a passing grade with flying colors.
Yeah, we're just trying to get them out of there and do what we can to put a family back together.
There it is. Good job, guys.
I think all those little ducklings here in southern Wisconsin appreciated that rain last night.
I was going to say, they wouldn't even need to go down to the storm drain. They could find it out here. I'm sure there's still some puddles around, but you can see on Doppler track most of the thunderstorm activity farther to the south in northern Illinois right now. Current temperatures are generally around 70, give or take a degree or two, but the dew point temperatures are almost the same as the temperature, so we're seeing some areas of fog as well. Otherwise, expect some off and on shower and thunderstorm chances. High temperature today at 82. And it looks like we'll see one more steamy day on Sunday before a break in the heat and humidity early next week. And then temperatures should warm up again for next weekend. But much of next week should be looking pretty good.
Not too shabby. All right, Gary, and thanks for joining us this morning. We'll see you back here at 8. And we'll be back here in a couple minutes with your news update.
Making plans that are weather dependent? Get an accurate 12-hour, even a 10-day forecast. Download the Channel 3000 First Alert Weather app and start planning.